Daily Haruka here. We're playing Final Fantasy X on the PS Vita because Final Fantasy games are my favorite games of all time for PlayStation. You know, I didn't like Final Fantasy X too, though. It kind of wasn't my cup of tea. I liked the first one they created, not the second one. That was the only one I didn't like very much on the PS2 for Final Fantasy games. But yeah. Okay. And I'm in my game room in Japan, in my house in Japan in Tokyo, because my game room is 17 feet long and 15 foot wide. It's a big damn game room. And I'm going to be skipping this. Oh. I'm going to start new game. Because I didn't like Final Fantasy X-2 for the PS Vita because it was a download only. That sucked. I only play games for physical copies. I don't do downloads. I go standard. Yeah. Because back in my younger days in 2003, I lived in an apartment in Tokyo with my wife, you know. Because I started at a very young age as a male voice actor for anime cartoons, because I was 7 years old when I did it. I've been in the anime business for many, many years, and also the game business. But in 2008 is when I got married in Tokyo with my wife. And my dad had a surprise when he passed on the game business he owned to me. Because he's made games for the first Nintendo system all the way to the GameCube era. He's done games for Sega Genesis all the way to Sega Dreamcast. And he's done games for PS1 to PS2 to PSP. After PS3 came out, I took over. I started making games for PS3, Wii, 3DS, Wii U. We never did Xbox though. You know. And then at the same time that my grandpa gave me a surprise when I got married in Tokyo. He had a property in Tokyo, and on my wedding day he passed it on to me because that's when my dad told me to open it up and see what was in there, and it was the deed to the property I own in Tokyo because he passed it on to me because it was too much for him to handle. He wanted something smaller. Because the property he owns in Tokyo is over 10 acres. So he passed it on to me. Now the house was on there I didn't like. We built a new house. We built a humongous cafe house. The house would be 2 stories long. 2 stories high house. It was designed as a cafe house.
Maybe our last chance.
You know, we wanted to build a 2-story cafe house that's huge. And my wife had another idea to build a shop on to the cafe house. So that took about a whole year to build. Because my wife owns a business. Her family's owned this business. They make silk, komodos, and clothing. They've been doing it for many, many years. So the idea was to pass on my game business my dad passed on to me, on to my wife's business to add her clothing business to my game business, so we combined them together. I was like, okay, that's cool. You know, I went to school for many, many years how to design animation for computer games and game system games and all that. Doing anime custom characters, they were kind of hard at first to learn at Academy, but then years later I graduated when I was 18, so that was pretty cool. You know, when I met my wife in a cafe when I was 13, she did not know I was a male voice actor for anime cartoons. So that was a kind of a shock to her. Okay, now I gotta go. I didn't know that. Okay. Talk to you. I think I gotta talk to these ladies.
Can I have your autograph? Of course. Good luck tonight. Nothing to worry about. Oh, if I score a goal, I'll, do this. That will mean it was for you, okay? What seat? He's blocking the front row. In from the right. Got it.
Okay. I think it's the kid's turn now.
Can you sign it? No problem. All right. Me too. Take it easy.
This is one of my favorite Final Fantasy games of all time.
Floating house. It's cool. Well, gotta go. Cheer for me. 2, 3. Teach us how to play. Hey, I got a game to play. Then teach us after. Maybe tonight. Well, can't tonight. I mean tomorrow.
But this game looks a lot better on the PS4.
Promise. I was in a coffee shop running away from home when I heard the news. Our hero, Jack, gone, vanished into thin air. My dad must have been his biggest fan. I knew how sad he'd be. Heck, we all were that day. Zanara says to myself, what are you thinking? I went running straight back home. We sat up talking about Jack all night. My dad and I never talked so much. Whoa. Didn't mean to reminisce, folks. Anyway, 10 years later, the Jack Memorial Cup tournament is today. The two teams that won through to the finals are, of course, the Apes from A East and the Duggles from C South. I know there's a lot of people out there today to see the star of the Apes. In just 1 year, he's become the team's #1 player. He's Jack's blood and the new hope of baseball. What kind of super play will he show us today? Will we see his father's legendary shot? I don't think I'm the only one excited here, folks.
But this is where we're going to call it off. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.